Shiggle giggle gwip, skibbity bibbity shiggle giggle gwip.
What's up, YouTube? Thetagem here with the last knife walkthrough for Packanack Large. I'm currently working on a Higgins Haven Large walkthrough, but I don't want any egg on my face, so I'll just be honest. There's a few things I'm not 100% sure on yet, so rather than give you some information that isn't entirely accurate, I'll just say I've got some more research to do. I'm collecting these knife locations entirely on my own, by playing the game and taking notes, and I'm not certain I've found them all. It's not an excuse. So far, I've only researched Map A and found 21 knives and 31 possible locations, but I want to be sure that's all there are. So instead of that, this video is going to show me collecting guaranteed knives on Packanack Large, and the route I take to get them all. Guaranteed knives are knives that don't require you to identify the map variant to know where they are. There are 20 of them, starting with the 2 in your shack. Oh, and if you're wondering about the video I'm showing, it's of these 2 assholes teaming with Jason to not allow players to exit to the police. They've actually parked the cars close enough together that you can't squeeze between them, and they'll run you over when you try. Cute, huh? Right. Knives. Let's go. Once you've collected the 2 in your shack, morph behind the main lodge. The 3 light posts in this area all have knives, and I start with this one and make kind of a triangle path to start. This seems to be the fastest route to take, but I'm probably wrong. So if you know a way to get these knives faster, I'd love to know about it. Otherwise, I'll probably just keep doing this. There's a knife on the corner of the kitchen, and another one on a tree on the opposite side of the house. There's a rock here that I usually get hung up on, so keep an eye out for that too. My morph cooldown period usually ends about now, and now's a great time to use it. The morph point for the knife on the lifeguard chair is great, and no sense not trying it out. See how close that was? Good stuff. Next, I'm going to walk up the hill and grab the knife on the back porch. I don't get my shift ability for a little while, and I'm able to collect 4 more knives before I get it. Think about that. You can collect 11 knives before you even get your shift. Would anyone ever do this over stopping the Tommy Jarvis call or trapping the phone or cars? Probably not. But if you know that you can get 11 knives in that short a span of time, it could be a good strategy if you've got a Vanessa or Bugsy that you can't catch. Okay, now you can get the knife on the light post I spoke of earlier. There's a knife on each of the 2 green cabins on top of the hill, and depending on the game I'm playing, I know different routes to all the guaranteed and cabin knives, and to some varying degree of success can keep a mental note of what I've collected and what is still out there. I suggest practicing different routes so you can make collecting knives part of your regular gameplay, instead of just doing speed runs like this, where if you don't take the same path every single time, you're completely lost. The next few knives are all pretty far away from here, as well as each other, so we'll use our shift and morph to get to them as quickly as we can. First, shift down to this area by the 3 outhouses to get the knife on the lamp post. It may be tough to see the outhouses here because I'm shifting past them, but you can see just before I morph where I am on the map. Now, morph to the spot where the loop completes up at Woodbury. It puts you in the woods if you use the morph point that I just did, and this might not be the closest morph point to the knife, but it's certainly the easiest to remember. Now, we'll use our shift again to get squiggly. There's a tree next to the gate up here where the road starts the S-bend, and for some damn reason, that's what I call it. Now there's nothing you can do but waste a little time. The next knives are either at Flat Rock, Palmer's Pass, or there's one by the lake on the northern shore, but I get that one last. I'm walking in the direction of Flat Rock now, but I'm using my morph the second it comes back. You can obviously use this time to do any number of things instead of wasting time. There's no reason why you'd ever do this unless you were making a tutorial on YouTube or practicing something. And I just so happen to be doing both. Okay, I just got the knife on the lamppost at Flat Rock, and the one on Palmer's Pass is my next stop. I'll shift as far as I can, but we're going to have to walk a bit. I don't think there's a good reason to use the trail I do over heading straight through the woods from the main road, other than making sure I don't get lost. I've never actually gone through the woods from the main road before. I'm always coming from that cabin by Hodder's Path or the main lodge area when I get this knife. And if not, I use the trail. Part of doing these videos helps me to analyze my gameplay, and now that I've seen this, it's worth picking out a landmark along the main road so I know where to turn to get this knife quicker. Next, I morph to the dock at Flat Rock because there's a knife on the lamppost there. I get a little turned around here because I missed my usual morph spot. There's one closer to the knife, but this is no big deal. Once I finish grabbing this knife, I shift to where Sand Pond Trail meets Hodder's Path. When you're done with that, hoof it over to the main road for another knife on the lamppost next to the sign for Flat Rock. The last knife is the other area where a boat could spawn on a shed. So there you go. I grabbed 20 knives in about 5.5 minutes. There's also no way this is the fastest route to all of them, nor would you ever grab all of these in this manner in actual gameplay. This video was made to show you where these knives are. You can bet they will be there every time you play Packanack Large, and this is the best way, in my opinion, to practice the knife animation cancel. You'll have 20 opportunities to try to get it right in 5.5 minutes. I've seen a bunch of videos online teach you how to do this trick, but if you're having trouble, this may be your answer. And if you still can't get it after all that practice, leave me a comment. I'll try to help you out. Here's some footage of some different assholes. Don't be like this. And to everyone else, if you like these videos, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, and you'll see more content like this every Friday. Next up, I promise, Higgins Haven Large. Till then, have fun out there. Cheers. And happy Friday.